Hilliard Davidson, the number 7 ranked team in last week's Muscle Milk and JJHuddle.com power poll for Division I for the state of Ohio, toyed around with Upper Arlington on Friday night. The 25-7 score is really a bad descriptor of anything that happened on the field this evening. A better descriptor would be the number -7. That's the aggregate total of rushing yards for UA for Friday night. Another descriptor of note would be the number 37. That's the number of plays that Upper Arlington ran all evening.
The game, we had the good fortune of running into Tim Lilshevin at midfield.
It was another big showdown. This one in Central Ohio between 7-1 Upper Arlington and 7-0 Hilliard Davidson. Both unbeaten in the OCC Central Division with 5-0 records. The winner would claim sole possession of first place. And it was workhorse running back Alex Mickley and a cloud of dust, along with a dominant performance by the defense as Hilliard Davidson defeated Upper Arlington 25-7. Mickley carried the ball 31 times for 145 yards. The last 2 games, he's carried the ball 77 times. Upper Arlington quarterback David Smith was sacked 5 times for -26 yards. Nick Blight led that assault with 2 sacks. Dylan Skaggs, Mike Wilt, and Sam Coles each had a sack. And another storyline heralded wide receiver headed for OSU, Frank Epitropoulos, was kicked out of the end zone this evening. He had 6 catches for 52 yards, and he was double teamed by Chase DeLand and Chris Harris. I think Hilliard Davidson set the tone right off the bat. A really smooth 80-yard, 16-play drive. And Mickley was the workhorse. Out of those 16 plays, he had 11 carries for 56 yards. Jack Johns kicked the extra point, and boom, 7-0 Hilliard Davidson.
The game started with a extremely long 16-play drive, and that set the tone for the whole game because in the end, Upper Arlington only ran 37 plays for the whole game.
Yeah. And they rushed for -7 yards. The defense
stifling.
The defense really started cheating as the game went on to stop the run. They started with 4 down linemen, but by second half, midway through the second half, they started sneaking 5 up front and then 6. They were loading the box.
They definitely weren't taking them seriously.
No, they weren't.
Apparently the same thing happened last week against Dublin Kaufman.
Yeah, 14-0, another shutout. That was the 4th of the year. This team's only allowing 3 points a game.
Tell us how the scoring went in this game.
Yeah, after that long drive by Davidson, then, once again, they grinded out another 12-play, 62-yard drive right before halftime. They got down to 2 seconds, so they decided to kick a field goal.
It was 3rd down with 2 seconds.
Yeah.
They kicked a field goal on 3rd.
Yeah, 3rd and 2 from the 5 with 2 seconds. So they thought since the game was still tied, 7-0, they did the smart thing. They went for the 22-yard field goal, and Jack Johns kicked it right down the middle. In the 3rd quarter, Upper Arlington got on the scoreboard, and that made it interesting. Gus Ackley had a 5-yard touchdown run. Robbie Baskin made the extra point. So it was 10-7 with 5:10 left in the 3rd quarter. They definitely put their best drive together of the game. It was a 7-play, 60-yard drive. And it was all set up by quarterback David Smith's 41-yard pass play to Garrett Powers. It kind of fizzled after that. Hilliard Davidson had a really super nice boost punt by Tyler Talbert.
Down on what, like the 1 yard line?
Yeah,
maybe?
actually, yeah, it was even inside the one, but you know, you call it 1st and 10 from your own 1. Beautiful punt by Tyler Talbert. And then the very next play, Gus Ackley, the running back, got tackled in the end zone by Ian Lucy for the 1 yard loss, and you know, so there was your safety. That made it 12-7. No harm, no foul, still a tight game. But then after the punt, Hilliard Davidson got excellent field position on Upper Arlington's 39-yard line, and 4 plays later, they punched it in. It was a great call, and evidently, in talking to Coach Brian White, he said his running back, Tyler Talbot, called that play. It was a halfback option. Nick Waters had a 23-yard pass from running back Tyler Talbot. He went back to them and said, this play is wide open.
And there wasn't a safety anywhere to be found.
Yeah. With 7:24 left in the 4th quarter then, they tried the 2-point and failed, but they were up 18-7 then. And, you know, with only 7:24 left, that pretty much was the writing on the wall.
They're one-dimensional, you know, and they're predictable, and they've got a great defense, and they take care of the ball. You know, there wasn't any turnovers tonight of the 2 years they won at all. They were one-dimensional and predictable.
Proud of the way our kids came out and played physical tonight. We felt like with all the great weapons that they have, the only way, with all the great players they have, all the great skilled athletes they have, whatever you want to write, I don't care. As long as you don't write
He's
swagger.
giving you a hard time.
As long as you don't write swagger. Don't write that. With all the great skilled players they have, we felt like we had to be more physical than them tonight, and I'd like to think we were, but obviously we'll have to watch the film and see. Their defense is obviously very physical, and we struggled to move the ball on them, but you know, we got just enough when we needed it, and it worked out.
Next momentum, does this maybe hope we carry into next week?
Well, you certainly hope so. Obviously, crosstown rivalry game against Darby is going to be big, and you know, beating us can make their season. It doesn't look like at this point they're going to have the computer points to get in, regardless. But a win against us can certainly make their season, and they got some, they got some great players in their own right, and you know, hopefully our kids will just come back and have a great week of practice, because that's obviously what it takes in order for us to play well on Friday nights. We probably don't deserve to be ranked 7th in the state. I don't know that we're probably not the best team in Central Ohio. I still think Pick Central is probably the best team in Central Ohio, to be honest with you. But I love my kids, and we're going to keep fighting and playing and doing whatever we can to win week in and week out. And you know, we don't worry about those state rankings. That's just some newspaper writer that you know, probably has never. Some of those people probably have never seen us play. They're just going based on the reputation we've had in the past.
Okay, so we're going to start film. Okay, so tonight we saw you all over the field. You were offense, defense, punting. Are you going to do any punting at Ohio State?
If everything lines up, then I'll be willing to punt for them also.
But where are you mainly going to play then?
Wide receiver.
Okay, so
Your punting average is down a little bit. Do you have a hip pointer or something?
No, this is actually my 5th game back, because I was gone for a couple of games with my thumb surgery, so that's the reason. We tried that. I mean, give credit to their defense; they did a great job, but things just didn't line up for us today. But you know, hopefully we can get back at them in the playoffs.
When you look at a whole roster full of freshmen at Ohio State, can you see yourself playing wide receiver, or are you going to be a safety?
I'm actually supposed to be a wide receiver, and then I mean, I see great competition there. It's going to be a great battle, but you know, I'm just going to work hard in practice and see what I can do.